It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 830.
Weekend banter. Welcome, George and Mr. 97-year Gronks. What's happening? What's going on? What have you got?
Going hard.
Just popping a little bit of it. Nah, I've got some San Pal. This is dark Morello cherry and pomegranate flavour. It's delicious.
Yeah.
It's like Dr. Pepper.
How many of those are you having a day?
Enough to
Yeah, mind your own business, George. Mate. What are you?
Sorry.
We're not asking you how many shits you're doing a day.
Single figures.
Well, I mean, it's your 30th coming up and you're talking about being healthy.
And this
fruit
is
salad
healthy.
on Friday. I guess so.
No, it actually is. It literally only has natural flavour and carbonation.
Yeah.
No sugar. No calories.
Soda water is not your problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Soda water is definitely not your problem.
Had a mandarin
Fruit salad, not your problem.
Yeah.
Not your problem. JJ, you just had a shower. What is your shower routine?
At the moment, it's a bit all over the place. I think that it's
not your routine of when you shower. Your routine
what do
when
I
you
do?
get in the shower.
Okay. Yeah, great. So pretty quick guy. So for a long time, didn't really think about the need to add water before already adding soap. And then I really noticed, especially in around March when we were doing the washing of the hands, and I saw how much water added to soap helps with the lathering process. Yeah. And so what I've done, because what I used to do was I would just like straight in the shower, my chest hair wouldn't have even been wet at this point, and I'm just rubbing in liquid soap. Yeah.
Honey on your chest hair.
Yeah, that's what it was like. And so I think that is honey potting. And so what I ended up doing was I rinse first 15 seconds and then fucking a few pumps. And then I get the soap, woof woof. I pump the soap and then rub it all over my chest, and I get a real good coconutty smell. And so
that's great.
I'm not really focusing too much on washing my feet, to be honest, because my theory is that anything that goes up must come down, and so that soap's it's getting there.
Okay.
And what about your hair?
So
how's the shampoo going?
Yeah, so I'm. Today specifically used the coconut, like all coconut, all goat's milk brand. Love that.
Yeah, great. Look, I don't really care about products. It's more about what you do. So do you sit down? Do you lean? Do you think about? Do you listen to music?
Really think I'm a sit down guy?
I don't know. I mean,
I put on Elton John. I do put on Elton John, and so I say, hey, Google,
every time
play Elton John. Between Taylor Swift, Elton John, The Eagles, or K-San by Cold Chisel.
And how close do you get your phone to the shower, like to the water?
Well, not very close at all. So I know Sevs will text me and he's in the shower.
Yeah.
Really, Sevs?
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no, I've done that. I do that.
How's your iPhone 11? I mean,
it's waterproof. The thing is, like, I've cut back on that a little bit because Grace called me out for it, which is fair, and now I leave my phone in the bedroom, so I've got nothing to do in the shower.
Yeah, great. That's what about the classic countdown? Do you ever do that?
20.
The classic countdown.
Yeah.
You don't want to get out. You don't want to get out, but you're a big enough boy that you know you need to get out. And so you give yourself the countdown. I go 10, Sevs goes 20,
I go
sounds
20.
like.
Really?
Yeah,
so I go
really got to psych myself up.
I get everything I need done, like as in like get my head hot again. Oh, that's nice. Get my back of my neck. Oh, and I'm at 6, 5. Get any last little bits, 4, and it's like a little game. 3, 2. Yeah, I'm done. 1, and I just like psych myself into
add
getting
an extra
out.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I reckon. It's probably, I say 10. I actually just milk it out. Look, I'm the boss. I'm the boss in that shower, and sometimes I go back up to 10 to get back down to 1. You know, like...
I think potentially what I do, because before the show, I was a couple of minutes late because I was having a shower. I think I do put the shower in between other tasks. So it's always a rush. Like I'm always rushing. Like it's just a quick, but I think I'm thorough, but quick.
Yeah.
Do you dry yourself Do you dry in the shower or outside the shower?
I do about 70% in the shower and then transition to the rest of the bathroom for the final 30%.
I tell you what, mate.
Is your
absolute
towel hanging
game.
on the shower so you just easily pull it in?
No,
or do you have to get out
we've
and
got
get
a
it?
floor-to-ceiling glass sort of shower,
Yeah, just like
type
his
of thing.
windows
Just like
in
my
his room.
windows. Yeah. Living in a hotel, and
going well.
and so must be must be nice. But so no, it has to be on the side. I can't put it over. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I do. Game changer is a heat lamp. Luxurious. Do not have
That is
one
a
in
hotel.
the new place. It is a hotel. And
They're old school,
you know,
aren't they?
definitely old school. I mean, they've been around. I mean, what you're really doing well if you've got a built in to the actual system what do you call it? Towel heater, not your not your like plug and play. It's into
the
the wall.
heated towel rack.
We've got one of those.
Heated towel rack, dude.
Yeah, that's.
We've got one of those in Mum and Dad's bedroom. They've got one. It's so great.
Well, so it doesn't really mean you have one.
No, well, I use their shower occasionally, so.
I got heaps in my super. I got heaps of super, but it's my parents' super, but it's you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about those heat lamps, I think that they must burn as much fossil fuels as a small country.
Oh, for sure.
Like it's just
They're
like,
actually
hang on,
not-
wait, it's not a heater. It's using the light, and it gets the light like it's not even really designed to like. It's very weird.
It
Yeah.
is, mate. The whole house sort of shakes when I turn it on.
I
I
bet
look
it's like you hear
outside.
the next door's lights all go out. Everyone down the street. Yeah, but no. What have you been thinking about with the bathroom? Is there anything in particular, or it's this heat lamp?
No, I just had a moment thinking about you in the shower as a big sort of awkward unit, and I was just wondering about, it's behind closed doors. It's your routine.
Yeah.
No judgment. It's just what you do. And so if you had a camera in each of our showers, you're getting a different version
Perspective on
of
people.
A couple of
you're
pumps.
getting, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I've sat down more, and I'd like to say it's probably because of Bodhi, but when Bodhi and I are in the shower, we sit down together. It's fun, and then but I quite like sitting down. It's fine.
Yeah,
You sit down when you're in there on your own.
Oh, I love it.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty sort of. Are you depressed?
No, I'm all good. It's
Did you see the
CBS.
thing that Jack posted recently? It was having showers in the dark.
I do
He
that.
loves
Ooh.
it.
I do
Yeah,
that.
switches all the lights off so it's pitch black, and or you
Really?
can you just feel the water and that's it.
And that's cool.
It's
People
so
are
nice.
right.
It's a poor,
saying
it's
it's so
a poor man's float tank.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, for sure.
Submersion.
We've got our light is attached to the fan, so when you turn the light on, the fan turns on, and it's
Yes.
really loud in our bathroom. So there's sort of like a dividing wall, but it's open at the top that leads into where you like wash your hands and where there's a bath and stuff. So I turn the light on in the other bathroom, and
Wow.
then leave the light off in the shower, and so I don't get any fan, which ends up making mold on the roof.
Sure.
But that's okay because we wipe it off.
But that's not your problem.
It's not my problem. Yeah. But the thing is, it's a much nicer shower because you don't have any noise, and especially when
Yeah.
you stand on the drain as well, it's like you're not getting the drain sucking the water, so it's a very quiet shower. But yeah, if you
Just
want,
put
you can turn the light off as well.
earplugs in, mate. Just
Do people
clog
do
your
that?
ears up. I don't know.
Can't be
Yeah, I
healthy.
don't think- Yeah, I mean our bathroom has like this detail light. So we've got 3 lights, one being sort of the house lights, like the main ones, and then there's a light that goes under the shelf where there's sort of like we like it's sort of like almost a
It's like LED-esque. Like
it's got
under-
like an LED vibe, and that's great because you can just get a little bit of glow, but
Nice
you don't
ambient.
have to like it's not fucking burning your eyes.
Yeah, I mean, just think about a hotel, and that's what it vibes like. It's awesome. Hotels have the best lighting. Your bathroom
Yeah.
has great lighting. Like it's moody if you don't want it to be just sort of super bright and abrupt.
And it doesn't have. Do all of you have windows out, like to the outside?
None.
Not
me.
not from my bathroom, but what I do have. So my ensuite, I got an ensuite. It's
Must be nice.
on the middle floor, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So there's a floor above it, and I've got there's a skylight that lights up the room.
Oh,
but
that's
it's
good.
not
I'm
an
trying to work
actual.
out how it works.
Well,
'Cause
so
it-
I
it
think it's
doesn't
an
go-
LED.
No.
Or it's either that or
It's a
there's
sky. I
a
think
window
it's got-
on the side of your thing
I think
and
it's
there's
mi-
just the light directing it down.
Yeah, I think there might be mirrors that points it out to the sky.
Really?
Yeah.
And so it's
Because
top floor.
it goes
you're on
dark when it's
Dark.
when it's nighttime.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
pretty
interesting.
cool.
Should get up there
Sebs.
as a ladder.
With
Yeah,
the
that'd
not using your phone
Yeah.
in the bathroom or whatever in the shower, have you noticed that? So early days of Brie and I being together, I remember it's not really an issue now, but I remember it being a big thing. I actually wrote into Dignation, the podcast that I listened to, and I told the story. I'm like, hey guys, I've got a bit of a problem.
Pull it up. Find this email,
I'll
please.
well, it's they read it out on the show.
Like Kevin got back to you.
They, and so I can actually, do you want me to
Oh,
find it?
that's
Can you-
great.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be so good.
Okay. But what I want to know, Sevs, has there been any conversations around intimacy and the use of phones or technology straight after or before or during any sort of
Here we go. No, I mean, I spend a lot of time on my phone just checking stuff, like stuff that doesn't need to be checked at all. And so it'll be like, I'm just checking dumb things. It could be like The Verge or like, just going for a scroll on Instagram when you don't need to, or the prioritization stuff. Like I was looking at buying stuff yesterday. I wanted to get a new doorknob for my door because the latch doesn't work. And so it was like 11:30 at night. And I was like, oh man, I want to get a new doorknob. And so I went and started looking at doorknobs instead of having a little cuddle. So
Yeah.
it does
Okay.
it does get in the way a little bit, but yeah.
Well,
I've reduced my screen time, so we're getting there.
I guess it's a problem when you're having some enjoyable moments, and then within 20 seconds of finishing up your enjoyable moment, you're on your phone scrolling.
Yeah.
Which
Man,
is so
I really want to find. I
relationships.
really want to find this
I
email.
do too.
I
There's
will-
nothing like an old email that you've sent and just how you've worded everything.
Well, I found one that from 2010, so 10 years ago, where I must have told Brie, "Can you email me? I just want you to start emailing me." And so she said, "Hi Josh,
Put it in
trying
an
this
email.
whole email thing again."
Again.
What?
What happened the first time?
What time are you leaving? Shall I finish at 5:20 or 5:30? Lol. Then we'll go get DVDs,
love.
go to your house, and go to Frankston. Then we can grab tea. I love you. That's from Brie. It's a pretty cool.
Were you guys actually
Yeah.
communicating via email for a bit, like as you?
Yeah, no, so that was. I must have just said, "Hey, it's probably not too dissimilar to what I do nowadays, which is like put it in an email." But the reason why I found it was because I here we go. Let's try and let me see if I can read this email, because it's saying in regards to tonight, if you could leave, you could be waiting outside your office at 5:10. I will aim to be there then. We can then drive to the shops, pick up up DVD cases. So maybe I was like making DVDs or something. Be home just after 6. Leave for Frankston. Be home from Frankston by 7:30. Have showers. Book into a restaurant for 8:30. You can choose. Pick somewhere nice. Then we'll come home by 10. While you're doing all that, Dignation will have downloaded. We can watch it in bed, read some of our books if we have the energy, and then sleep when we are tired. Why am I having to go into so much detail about what we're doing?
Oh, that's you. That's you
That's
right.
what I said
I thought
to
that was Brie.
No. Do you
Yeah.
love that? I'm just like, while we are doing that, Dignation will be downloaded. Like, I love that this is over 10 years ago.
Downloading
So it would have taken so long to download a podcast that I've driven to the CBD, then driven to Frankston, and then by the time we get home,
It would be done.
it'll be downloaded.
That's an 8-hour
so
day, just
funny.
on 13-hour day. Left to go to work, came home, it's just downloaded.
It sounds like a lot of work, doesn't it? Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
An 8:30 dinner booking. That's too late.
That's late.
yeah, it would. It sounds
Really?
it's a little bit unusual, isn't it?
Well, you had
And then getting home.
you had to push it out for Dignation, otherwise it wouldn't have been done when you got home.
Exactly. It's going to annoy the fuck out of me about this not being able to get this email. I haven't found that.
Mate, you,
email
you
yet.
are trying to find one from over 10 years ago. I couldn't find it.
But I know I have it. But you should see how many times I've mentioned dignation in
A
the
lot?
email.
So
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got a one of my first email addresses, Tom Jackett at Hotmail.
Wonderful.
Still rocking. Still
Really?
rocking.
What's on there?
I wonder if I could. What's in there?
Yeah.
Absolutely, just crap. So if I search, like
Go the
2000,
go the earliest you can go.
oh well, I'm looking at 2008 here. Oh, this my old clients, so like my personal training clients. Oh, 2009. Yeah, great. Just how I would. Oh, here we go. Oh, yes. G'day, Dave. Our session tonight will be a basic rundown of an upper body workout. Yes, targeting
And we'll
all
download
major muscle
dignation.
groups. Targeting all major muscle groups of the upper body and a few isolation exercises. The session will be $30, and if after the first session you are happy to train with me, it will be $360 per month. That figure is based on 3 times 30-minute sessions per week for 4 weeks. I'm a qualified personal trainer and bloody good at that. No,
Is that what you said?
no. And a gym instructor, Cert 3, Cert 4, senior first aid. I have been personal training for the past 3 years working at Body World in Balaclava.
It's pretty
How-
good.
Oh, that's so... This guy... Yeah, he actually became a client of mine for a long time. I went to his 60th. That's
Wow,
great.
That's pretty.
Yeah, we
What,
ended
you're
up...
actually
I went...
reading. Are you reading that? Was there like the invite?
No. I just remember Dave. Dave became a good client of mine. Quirky dude, real quirky.
Mhm.
But we got along, and he
What sort of
liked
quirk?
me. He just quirk, like didn't want to do leg work. He
That's why it
loves
was all
cycling.
Upper body.
Upper
Yeah, I
body,
think
yeah.
I was just give him
Just really
you know,
selling it in.
happy
Give him what he
client, happy
wants.
life.
Mhm.
Give him what he wants. And so some people I would have come in and just run on a treadmill, like that's what they wanted to do. And who was I to stop them? We could have done a bunch of other stuff that would have been more beneficial, but in those days I was just taking it.
Okay,
it.
That's all
found-
good. They're doing exercise anyway, so
Exactly, yeah.
So I think have I found it here? Let's have a look. So I got the. This is interesting. So I got the email. Yeah, I think I've got this email because I've just got the email. So it was 2008, June 14, 2008. So I'm just going to go. Here you go. Hang on, Josh Janssen, girlfriend advice. Are you ready? Should I read this out?
yeah, here we go.
So this was a podcast from, started in 2005. This was 2008. It was June 14, 2008. So I would have been 17 at the time. It was sent at 4 p.m. on a Saturday. Dear Kevin and Alex, I've put the main stuff in bold, so when you're drunk, you can read it easier. Love the show. Love the advice you've been giving the guys out there. My girlfriend has an issue with me always being on the computer. I've been with her for nearly 6 months, and she doesn't see why I need to check my email all the time and watch video podcasts. She says that as soon as we've done the deed, I check my emails and do pointless shit like clicking around the screen, highlighting folders. She calls it post-cum mood. It's sort of true. So should I stop being on computer as much, or how can I get her into liking video podcasts and Final Cut Pro? Thanks, guys. Josh, Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, poor Bree that you read that out.
Yeah, no, but it's worse that they read it out on their show.
Oh,
And I
what did they say?
I think I was so proud. I was like, babe, we got it on the show.
And
And they
then
were
she
just
was
like- and-
off about it, or
I
was
just
she
remember
like,
the feedback because I thought they'd be like, man, you know what's up. They're like, bro, get off your computer. Like, what are you clicking around for? What are you highlighting folders? What does that mean?
do you remember
How
doing it? Do you
funny.
remember being the
Yeah.
perpetrator of the highlighting of folders?
Yeah, yeah.
What were you doing? Were you awkward? Were you feeling like
No,
a bit
I was just,
awkward
I was literally like I'd finished, whatever. And no, it's just like you're in bed, you're hanging out. And so when you hang out, you want to do other fun stuff. And so you're like, I'm like, all right, let's go on the comp. Let's see what's happening. And I had a laptop. So because I had a laptop,
Okay.
I was a real top
thinking-
No. So I would bring it
you're
into
off
bed.
to the computer room.
No.
Up to the desktop.
I actually had. How about this? I had the MacBook did a black version of their
Oh, yeah.
of the
I had
MacBook,
that.
and it was a faster hard drive and stuff. And yeah, I had that. It was it was all matte finish.
Yeah, I had the same one.
So nice, isn't it?
And my sister had the white one, and we swapped the keys.
Oh, that's cool.
So I had a black
cool.
one we actually swapped every second key. So it was like checkers.
Oh,
That's great.
Kind of lame, but
Pimp-
cool.
Pimp my computer.
Well,
Love
you can
that.
do that, like keyboards. It's a common thing. I mean, have you ever
Yeah.
sent fan mail, any of you?
It's embarrassing because it was to the School of Greatness guy. What's his
Oh,
name?
Lewis Howes.
Lewis Howes. I sent him something. But no, other than that, like that's just, it's always interesting to, we get lots of emails to this show, and I like to sort of try and put my mind in the headspace of the individual writing, and I think about that time that I wrote to. I was listening to his podcast, and I felt compelled to reach out, and it's so nice receiving them, but there's always a sort of a moment, and so, and I think you remember it if you don't do it a great deal. And so, like, I was down the park, and I was, just journaling, and I just, was thinking, he's done so much at this moment, just my thinking about this. And then I reached
Getting a bit
out.
teary
He got back
almost,
to me,
like
though.
Me on
Absolutely
Ep 800. Just,
He got back to
fucking
me.
Uncontrollable.
Thanks, bro. Like, I didn't really ask much.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing. It's like the email had nothing for him to respond to other than, thanks, bro, keep it up.
I mean,
Keep-
I like
keep
to
hammering.
think that this was me doing good content. Like, so I knew that there was a real stickiness to the question. Like, there's an outrageousness to it. So, I mean, this reminds me of when I was a kid, and what was the guy's name? Fuck, Aaron Carter. Is it Aaron Carter?
Yeah.
What was his brother's
He's now,
name?
yeah. The blonde dude. He's now got face tats. They're
Is
in the
it Aaron
band.
Carter?
Aaron Carter's in, what was he in? Aaron Carter. He's an American rapper now. They call him.
Yeah.
How's the car?
So Aaron Carter's brother's
Nick Carter.
Nick Carter. Oh no, so
Yeah.
Aaron Carter. So it was Aaron Carter. So I don't know if you guys have heard this story. I think you have, TJ. But Aaron Carter, there was a competition, and I'm just actually looking through my email now to see
He's
if I've
got
got
an
any
OnlyFans.
mentions of it. But when I was 17, nothing here. Hot 30 countdown on 2Day FM or Fox here in Melbourne. They had a competition, and the idea was that you would. I was 16. That's right. It was December 2006, and they were running a competition where if you broke up with your partner on air, you would win a phone call with Aaron Carter, and you'll get a bunch of like merch. And so I saw it. I saw the competition and just entered the comp, but just because I was a radio geek, I had no intention of it or whatever. Anyway, I get a call, and it was the producer, and they said, "Hey, Josh, you're the only guy that actually entered this competition, and so we would love for you to do this." It was actually Sam Mack was the Hot 30 countdown host at the time, and so anyway, they said, "We just need your girlfriend's number." The thing is, when I was 16, I didn't have a girlfriend, and so I said, "Hey, yeah, no problem. I'm just going to." I'll just give you the number, but then call me back. I've just got to change phones or whatever. And so anyway, I gave the number and then called my friend Larissa. I said, "Larissa, I've just entered a competition. I'm going to break up with you on air. Just play along," and just hung up. Anyway, they call me back. Like, okay, we've got Josh online, and we're going to call Larissa, his girlfriend. And and then I broke up with my friend on air. I said, like, "Oh, Larissa, sorry, it's just not working out, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, what do you mean? And you could tell that like part of the energy that she was using Like she was doing a performance, but you could tell that she was also actually like when she said, "What do you mean?" She wasn't being completely dishonest because she was just so confused by the whole thing. So, or like, why are you doing this now? It's like, it's just not working. And then they come in, it's Sam Maggie, you're on Hot 30 Countdown. Josh has been set up to do this. And anyway, so I gave Larissa the prize for the Aaron Carter phone chat. So she got to have a phone chat with Aaron Carter, and I got all of the signed merch. Yeah, I got like all the CDs and shit. And I remember in the mail they came in the CD case. Fucking CD cases, they just crack. So I had
they did.
But it cracked.
And so, hang on, Nick Carter is a Backstreet Boy, and that's who you got to speak to, not or Aaron, because Aaron Carter wasn't his brother.
Aaron Carter, it was. I'm just kidding.
He was he was a boy band.
It was a solo person. There was the solo one.
I think it was Aaron Carter then, because his brother was in Backstreet Boys, which is
So I'm just gonna have a look. No, famous. It was Aaron Carter because I remember
He must have been young at the time.
2000s. Yeah, so if you have a look at it, if it was, if we type in 2006, you'd think that he was doing some form of tour or something at the time. Yeah, so Come Get It. The very best of Aaron Carter came out in 2006.
There you go.
And so,
like 19, 20, something like that.
Was that?
He would have been like 19 or 20. Is that right?
Yeah, he would have been younger. I reckon he was like similar to Bieber's story.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And so,
he didn't get as big though. He didn't get as big. He got big, but he
was a solo. He was the solo artist. Anyway. So has anyone entered any competitions? George, have you entered any comps?
No. Comps? I don't think I've won a comp like just randomly ever, really.
And never done any reach outs either to people?
No, it's not.
Never,
not
George.
My style.
Surely.
I reached out to Josh.
That's true.
Yeah.
You peaked early. What about you, Sevs? Any written to any like Cheese TV or anything like that?
Nah, nothing like that. The only person that I was trying to find the message before, but it's gone. But I messaged this band that I like that were in the US called Mako, and I sent them a message just saying how much I love their music and that I've told all my mates about them and that I hope that they come to Australia. And this was when I would have been like 12 or 11 or something like that, and they messaged back, thanks so much, mate, because they're like 30-year-olds.
Man, isn't it? It's weird. Like I'm just looking. So this is Kevin Rose. I've spoken about a bunch. Yeah. So this is we love Kevin Rose. I really have. We do love Kevin Rose. I really haven't changed. This is an email from February 2010. So this is 11 years ago. Hi, this is to his personal Gmail. I'd obviously found it online. Hi, Kevin. I'm a long-time fan of yours through your work on the screensavers, as well as a lot of your work you currently do, including Dignation and dig.com. Through following your blog and your video show Random with Tim Ferriss, I have seen you promote some things in relation to health and well-being, in particular Dr. Weil's Theories on Health. One of the books you recommended is How to Practice by the Dalai Lama. I read it and loved it, but had one problem with it. Some of his views directly conflicted with some of my current habits, in particular buying heaps of gadgets, many which you recommend. By the way, that Braun Series 7 shaver cost me $450 in Australia. It's still cool. I'm just wondering, how do you get a balance? How do you balance following some of the principles of the Dalai Lama talks about in his books and still buy gadgets / get the things you want in life, etc.? Have you cut down on the materialistic side of living? I've recently deleted my Facebook and Twitter accounts and feel great. I would love your thoughts. Thanks, Josh Janssen.
You're sick. You're sick.
You could have written that this year.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's so funny.
It's all fair questions. It's all fair questions. Someone who does like sort of self-development but also recommends tech products. It's a fair question.
Man.
Did he answer you or no? Didn't have time.
I mean, no, he didn't write back. But the other funny thing is it's like 2008. Like I'm just typing indignation. 2008 in March, I said, hi, this is to a place called Adagio Teas. Hi, I'm just wanting to buy some Dignation tea. unfortunately, you don't ship to Australia any plans to, like, it's just the same shit, just like fucking buying tea, buying gadgets. It's like the shaver. The shaver that I bought was self-cleaning. So it was a shaver that you put in sort of a unit and you'd press a button and it would then clean the whole thing. But it gave me a severe rash every time I used it.
Really? But it's still cool.
But because Mum and Dad knew that I bought it and had seen the purchase, I just, I felt sort of, when you're like living at home, you probably feel this, Sevs, like even though you might be, you're getting more independent. When you start getting more independent, if you buy too many things that wouldn't be deemed necessary.
Bit of judgment.
There is a slight bit of judgment of like, oh, geez, that's fucking nice. It must be nice to be able to buy 450. We're only just surviving over here, Josh, trying to pay rent for this fucking joint. With that heat lamp that you've got on, you fucking had a 40-minute shower and you had your heat lamp on.
How did you have $450 to spend on a shaver?
That was...
How old were you?
That was... So 2010, I was 20. So
Credit card?
No, I would have been my business. I would have been freelancing. But I was always like fucking just always buying shit. I bought undies too. I bought fucking... I've talked about 15 pairs of undies that were Kevin Rose recommended. And I bought them all in bulk because I couldn't try them on first.
Were they great?
And they were a little bit uncomfortable. Like they made my balls sweaty. And so I just had to deal with it. I was
sweaty
just like,
balls.
Sweaty ball. I guess like everyone.
But I've got Kevin Rose's recommended.
What's the thinking with buying them in bulk if you can't try them on?
Well, because I was like, I just wanted... So this was the funny thing about Kevin, but also Tim Ferriss as well. Like they're very much in the whole... mindfulness and looking after yourself, but then they combine the mindfulness with you need to buy this tea or you should buy this fucking little sleep tracker and so you end up falling into this thing of like, oh, I want to be mindful, and the first step is I can't be stressing about my underwear. I just need to sort this out.
Oh,
so you
for
just
sure.
go and
I need all the same pairs. I need the same t-shirts.
Exactly. And the other thing too, TJ, was it was my in for I felt like being in Melbourne and listening to all of this and buying these things, like I felt, it's so silly, but I felt like I was like in the tech community. I felt like I was fucking part of Silicon Valley because I'm fucking wearing the undies and I've got the shaver. But the reality was I was just, outer suburbs of Melbourne, just fucking listening to podcasts, driving to Frankston.
Kevin Rose is worth $35 million, and I heard it's because of all the affiliates, links, and kickbacks he got from your purchases.
Josh,
exactly. Yeah, he did really well because during that time, like if you know Gary V, or like all those characters were all hanging out, and so South by Southwest, the big festival in Austin, Texas, that was where all of the big software companies would go to launch. So Twitter launched at South by Southwest, and so they're all friends, like Kevin Rose, Tim Ferriss, they're all friends with the founders of Twitter, Uber, and all this sort of thing, and they could put in $10,000-$15,000 angel investments that would turn into like multiple millions of dollars.
It's definitely a period of time in a circle that people were rolling in. Now your mate asks you for 10 grand, you probably should really think about it in this climate of the tech industry.
GB, you said you had an idea for a segment.
Yeah, well, so last Sunday when I was on the show, we were talking about your screenwriting.
Yep.
And we were going to start the screenwriting club, and so I just thought maybe it'd be fun if on Sundays it could be screenwriting Sundays or screenplay Sundays.
I love this. This is great. Yeah.
At the end of the show, we run through a scene that one of us has written.
I love that.
All together, and we can give each other feedback and that sort of thing.
Okay,
great. Yeah, so I've sent you guys a scene in Slack.
Yeah,
you can open it up.
Downloading now.
And I wrote this about 45 minutes before the show. So,
first of all, formatting. Rough. This is not. This needs to be. You need final draft.
This is why I know. Well, I did it in notes.
Yeah, no.
This is okay, George. I appreciate the guy that actually is pumping out a script.
I know it's good, George.
It's not
the
me.
words are.
It's not me.
Yeah,
I'm allergic to blocks of text, and it's dancing on the screen, the words.
That's it.
okay.
Script is text. Scripts are all text.
Yeah, no, but there's the problem. It's really good, GB. I can tell I'm going to love it, but I think
Okay.
we just need to fix the alignment, like the
I know.
So are you not going to go through it today?
I will. No, definitely I will. But just
Okay.
so the action is fine, but we need to be align the dialogue and the characters.
I get it. I'll make it work,
This is why-
George.
Who do you want us to
gonna-
play,
so-
GB?
Okay, so Josh, you can call the action.
Yeah.
I'll be Denise. Mason, you're Mason. Tommy, you're Tommy. And then Josh, you're Josh as well.
Yeah, great.
Okay. Seb's 21st. Interior Scout Hall Day. Mr. 97 paces around anxiously in an empty Scout Hall while his mum Denise ruffles through her handbag.
Mason,
Yeah.
are you sure you put the blue candles for your birthday cake in my bag? Sorry, we'll pick that up, Clean. Are you sure you put the blue candles for your blue birthday cake in my bag? There's nothing in here.
Mum, I'm too stressed right now, but yes, I definitely did. Oh, hang on.
This is the action.
This is Josh.
Mace, see, this is the pro. So
Sorry.
it's okay.
Yeah, you're right. It's the
Mason's
format.
phone rings. It's Tommy.
Hey, mate. Hey, mate. Amy and I are running a little late.
Oh, that's all good. What time do you reckon you'll be here?
Oh, we'll probably miss the speeches. I reckon we're an hour off. How's it going so far?
Yeah, no worries. It's going great. It's going off.
Okay, great. I can hear. I can't hear anything, mate.
I just popped outside to take the call.
Okay, all right. I'll see you soon.
Mum, Tommy's on his way.
Oh, fantastic. But I can't find these bloody
She pauses and she's seen something horrific in her Oh my god! Is that me? I thought that was a car that was running.
That's
I don't know.
sound. I'm playing
in
sound
her
effects.
handbag. It's a note from Josh. Josh voiceover. If you're reading this, it means I'm dead. I've stolen your blue candles and have used them as a suicide vest. 21 candles wrapped around me. It's been a rough year for me. No one attended my 30th birthday, so I've hijacked 97's guest list and forced them to come and celebrate with me today.
Mum, what are you reading?
It's a letter from Josh. All the guests are at his party, and also he might be dead.
But Tommy just called me and said he was on his way.
He's a liar.
Out like a light.
That's
The lights go
Sorry.
out.
Yeah.
It's
That was the
now
only sound
pitch-
effect I could find for lights going out.
That's good. The light goes out. It's now pitch black in the Scout Hall. As they turn back on, the entire Gronk Squad is there to celebrate Mason's 21st. It was a surprise party all along. George runs out with the microphone and begins interviewing Mason, Joe Rogan style, after a UFC fight.
How are you feeling?
Mate, I'm blown away. Thank you so much for coming. Drinks on me, guys.
Denise? Well, actually, I paid for them because I pay for everything. End scene. So
Very good. GB, really good.
it's more
I
of a
love
short
that.
film.
yeah. No, this is great.
So I was
keen on
thinking,
this.
if we keep writing some scripts and running through them and give each other feedback, maybe one day we can film them all. And we
Oh,
can
they're
have,
so good. But you can see,
Yeah.
you can see how having the action and the dialogue, the
Yeah.
way that it is now, a bit tricky.
formatting's an issue.
Yeah.
So, but I'm
Yeah.
pumped. I can even reformat this for you. Happy to do that.
Oh, look, we can just use this as, just as a practice run.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
But
There's
maybe-
also collaboration tools in
Can you
Final
can you
Draft
put this
and
somewhere?
index
Can
cards.
can this go up somewhere? Like
I prefer our IP to sort of stay offline for now.
It's like we don't want to leave a script in a cafe and someone's going to go
Yeah,
and
no,
produce that
that's-
little.
yeah.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
absolute
Using
banger.
someone.
I mean,
did.
it is it's on the podcast, so if someone
Yeah,
I mean, if
yeah.
they transcribe it, good on them.
Shouldn't matter. It's all good.
Oh, that's
guys. It's on
great.
The website.
Well done.
It's I'm
yeah,
looking forward to a big table read of about 15 Gronks on the show.
Oh, it'd be huge. Yeah, just imagine Scooter, Hayden, Dib, just everyone having a part.
This is great. All right, thank you, GB. That
Great.
was
Great.
Alrighty, well, that's Weekend Banter. It's been the Daily Talk Show. Maybe you could send an email like I've sent to Kevin or Dignation. Send us an email, hi@thedailytalkshow.com. Maybe we could start doing an advice segment, TJ.
Oh, yeah. And we will write back, or we will at least talk about it on the show. Because so the email that you wrote and they read it out on the show, did they write back to you and say, thank you? Yeah, that's great. And so you were like blown away. You're like, oh my God, you saw it. Great. So the caveat being, if you email us, we will write back if we're not ready on the show, or we'll write back and read on the show. But
Or
we'll
just read it on
we'll
the
just
show.
read it on the show and you won't get it right back. But either way, you'll get a response. And that's how we roll here. We're not doing the no response thing
That's good.
from here on.
Alrighty, it's a Daily Talk Show. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and we'll see you on Monday, guys. Have a good one.
See you guys.